Today I'm going to show you how to glaze on watercolor paper. I use 200-pound paper because it doesn't buckle so much, and it also is less absorbent than the 300-pound paper, which really is like a piece of cardboard. I wet it thoroughly, as you can see, lots of water on both sides, and stick it down to a non-absorbent surface. It just literally is like a magnet. I use 3 colors in my glazes, quinacridone gold, opera, and cobalt blue hue, and I make a light wash of each in a little container, and I put these in a box so that if I knock one over, I don't spill paint all over my desk. Then I put a light glaze of the yellow, and you can do really solid washes, or you can let some of the white paper show through. And I'm going to add a little opera to that. You don't want them too thick, or your paper will be very dark. And if you want it dark, I suggest glazing light glazes over light glazes over light glazes until it is like you want it. I like to leave some of the first color show, so that there's a variation in the glaze. At this point, I dry the paper because if I put the blue on now, it will all turn gray, because red, yellow, and blue can make a very gray color. So I will use my hair dryer and blow it dry. As you can see, the paper is drying and is coming up from the surface. It's still damp underneath, and this is a cotton or a linen fiber, so it shrinks. But when you add water to it again, gently with a soft wash brush, it expands again on the top side and will lay flat again. So there's no need to worry about it buckling. Now I have pre-wet the paper. I'm going to put a light glaze of blue on at random because I don't want it to be solid. You have that option of making it solid, but I like some of the other colors to show through. It really puts a nice color on your paper. And as this dries, some of this will run together. I can make it darker if I wish. Or I can leave it light. Now you can begin to see how the colors are leaving a beautiful glow on the paper. And I've dried the surface. It's already, pulling up. So I can re-wet it, or if I'm ready to paint my detail, my landscape, or whatever I'm using this for, I don't always re-wet it. But just to show you, we can go over this. If you want a much darker wash or different, I can add another layer of the yellow at random, and I'm just, I've mixed very light washes with some paint and lots of water so that I don't overload the paper all at once with color. I'm going to add the pink again, because I find that adding the pink and the yellow together is okay. When I go to the blue, it can really mess up things if I don't dry it first. So I always add those and this is called wet glazing. So that's the next layer of color. And then when I dry this, I will add the blue again. Remember, when you are glazing, to keep your washes very pale so that you do not hide the glow coming from the underlying colors. So that's another reason that I pre-wet the paper each time after I have dried it. If I put too much color on, then I will only hide the beautiful glow that you can get from glazing. Now you can do solid glazes. If you want a solid dark color, that's fine. You just lay the color evenly over the paper. I don't do that because I like to see the variation from the yellow to the pink to the blue. And then when this is all dry, I use this as a white piece of paper. So no matter what I'm painting, whether it be a house or flowers or whatever subject, this, when I add darker colors to it, this will appear lighter, and all these beautiful colors will be a part of whatever subject I'm painting. It really is a fun way to paint.